In 2015, a car was born that would change the automotive world forever. Its name was the Ferrari F12 TDF, and nothing would ever be the same again. While other manufacturers played it safe and followed convention, Ferrari dared to build something the world had never seen before. They succeeded beyond anyone's imagination. One look at the Ferrari F12 TDF, and you understood immediately. This was not just a car and not just a machine. This was a bold statement about what was possible. Sit inside a Ferrari F12 TDF, and the outside world disappears completely. The cabin wraps around you, the engine waits ahead, and only the road matters anymore. A 6.3L V12 engine, 769 horsepower pushing through every corner, and a body so perfectly shaped that grown men stopped walking just to stare in silence. Ferrari honored the Tour de France. The result was the most extreme V12 road car of its era, and that single fact tells you everything you need to know about what made this car truly special. This is the story of the Ferrari F12 TDF, one of the greatest automobiles ever built by human hands, and one of the most important machines of the 2010s. Welcome to the world of the Ferrari F12 TDF, a world where every curve, every sound, and every detail tells a story that enthusiasts still talk about today. The story begins in Italy, where Ferrari had a dream that everyone around them called impossible. They proved every single one of those doubters completely wrong. The engineers who designed the Ferrari F12 TDF were obsessed with a single goal: absolute perfection. They worked tirelessly, rethinking every component until nothing remained that was merely adequate. The Ferrari F12 TDF was not designed by committee or by compromise. It was designed by passionate people who loved driving above everything else, and that passion shows in every line. Under the skin, the Ferrari F12 TDF was nothing short of revolutionary. The 6.3L V12 engine challenged every assumption about what was technically possible in a road car of that era. When the Ferrari F12 TDF made its debut at the motor show, the crowd fell completely silent. Then, after a long moment of stunned disbelief, they erupted into applause. The first production Ferrari F12 TDFs rolled carefully off the line in 2015, each one assembled entirely by hand. Every car was a unique object, never quite identical to the last. Journalists who drove the Ferrari F12 TDF for the very first time all wrote back with the same report: "This car is alive. It responds, it communicates, it rewards every input." The Ferrari factory worked around the clock, every shift, 7 days a week. The entire world was waiting impatiently for the Ferrari F12 TDF to arrive in their country. Every curve of the Ferrari F12 TDF was calculated with mathematical precision, never guessed or approximated. The result was something that can only be described as pure automotive poetry. On the open road, the Ferrari F12 TDF was completely untouchable. Nothing else at this price point could keep up through a corner, and very little could match it on a straight. The Ferrari F12 TDF attracted the world's most discerning and experienced drivers to its showrooms. They walked in knowing exactly what they were looking at, and they bought without hesitation. Racing drivers who tested the Ferrari F12 TDF on closed roads came back with the same verdict: "This is a weapon disguised as a civilized road car. Handle it with total respect." The Ferrari F12 TDF competed directly against the Lamborghini Aventador SV at every level. That rivalry pushed both manufacturers further than either would have gone alone, and an entire era was defined by it. Hollywood discovered the Ferrari F12 TDF, and the world followed immediately. Film stars and directors lined up to own one, and the waiting list stretched for years without moving. Motoring journalists from every major publication called the Ferrari F12 TDF an absolute benchmark for its class. Car and driver stated plainly that it set the standard everyone else must now meet. The Ferrari F12 TDF appeared in major films, on television, in fashion magazines, and advertising campaigns. It transcended the automotive world entirely and became a permanent symbol of its cultural era. At Tour de France, The Ferrari F12 TDF proved its engineering credentials in serious competition against the best the world could offer. The results were nothing short of extraordinary. The most powerful naturally aspirated road car Ferrari built in 2015. That single moment defined the Ferrari F12 TDF's legend so completely that decades later, people still speak of it as the greatest achievement in the car's long history. Buyers waited months, and sometimes waited years, for their car to be completed. The Ferrari factory worked at full capacity, but simply could not build Ferrari F12 TDFs fast enough to satisfy demand. In Rosso TDF or in Grigio Silverstone, the Ferrari F12 TDF was nothing less than magnificent. Every color in the palette suited this body perfectly, as if the designers had planned each one separately. The carbon fiber and Alcantara interior wrapped around the driver with quiet confidence. The analog instruments told you everything you needed to know, and the driving position was immediately, perfectly correct. Under the hood sat a 6.3L V12 producing 769 horsepower. In 2015, that number was not merely impressive, it was extraordinary, and it placed the Ferrari F12 TDF in a category of its own. The engineers at Ferrari chose every single component with extraordinary care and deliberate intent. Nothing in the Ferrari F12 TDF was there by accident or by compromise. Everything had a precise purpose. The Ferrari F12 TDF weighed just 1,520 kilograms, kept light by careful engineering at every stage of development. Light, agile, and alive in a way that heavier cars simply cannot replicate, no matter how powerful. Top speed, 211 miles per hour. In 2015, only a small handful of cars anywhere on Earth could match that figure, and most of those cost considerably more to build and to buy. The carbon fiber body was shaped and hand-formed by craftsmen who had spent entire careers, sometimes entire decades, learning the precise art of coach building at the highest possible level. When production finally ended, the automotive world mourned the loss deeply and genuinely. Everyone who cared about cars understood that there would never be another Ferrari F12 TDF quite like this one. The Ferrari F12 TDF quickly became the car that every serious collector in the world wanted above almost anything else. Prices began climbing the very day the last example was completed. As the years passed, collectors rediscovered the true importance of the Ferrari F12 TDF and what it represented. Values climbed steadily and then climbed steeply, and they have never stopped rising since. At auction today, a perfect Ferrari F12 TDF in original unrestored condition commands over $1 million. And with each passing year, with each sale that sets a new record, that figure continues to climb. The Ferrari Museum in Maranello dedicates significant space to displaying the complete Ferrari F12 TDF lineage in chronological order. Every model represented, every story told, every detail preserved with absolute care. At Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance, a Ferrari F12 TDF on the show lawn stops time for every person who walks past it. Crowds gather quietly, and people stand in complete silence, just looking. The most serious collectors around the world insist on keeping their examples completely original. Matching numbers, original paint, undisturbed mechanicals, unrestored and entirely uncompromised by modern intervention. Only 799 Ferrari F12 TDFs were ever produced in total. Every single surviving example today is a genuine and irreplaceable piece of automotive history that can never be recreated or replaced. Today, the Ferrari F12 TDF is universally recognized as one of the defining automotive achievements of the entire 2010s. It shaped what came after it and raised the standard permanently. Somewhere in the world right now, a Ferrari F12 TDF is being driven on a real road by someone who loves it. Not displayed behind glass. Not stored away. Driven, exactly as intended. The Ferrari F12 TDF. Born in 2015 in Italy. Still the benchmark against which others are measured. Still the dream that enthusiasts around the world carry with them. Still completely, perfectly alive. No two Ferrari F12 TDFs were ever exactly alike. Each one left the factory with its own character, its own personality, its own story waiting to be written on the roads of the world. To drive a Ferrari F12 TDF is to feel a direct connection to the hands that built it, the craftsmen who shaped each panel, fitted each component, and signed their work with quiet pride. The sound of a Ferrari F12 TDF's engine is unlike anything else ever produced. Owners describe it as music, a mechanical symphony that no recording has ever fully captured or done justice to. Decades after the last Ferrari F12 TDF rolled off the line, engineers still study it. The solutions Ferrari found then remain relevant today, proof that genuine genius does not have an expiration date. The legacy of the Ferrari F12 TDF is not measured in numbers or records or prices. It is measured in the hearts of everyone who ever saw one, drove one, or simply dreamed of one.